Well, good afternoon, everybody here at Zero Project. We are again here in the UN building. People are eating sandwiches, so bon appetit, everybody. We are going to talk about accessibility industry burnout, how to cope, how to work out or work around difficult situations in the accessibility business. And I'm more than glad to be joined by Elisabetta from Brand Solutions. Hello. Hello. Hey, is your microphone working? We don't know. Okay,
Hello?
Oh, there we go. Okay,
there
we always like some technical difficulties. So we decided we're
Yeah.
not going to make an interview of this. We will be doing a discussion. But since Elisabetta very gently told me to start, I will just throw you a question. Let's make a introduction. What do you do?
Well, hello everyone. I hope you have a great day and great networking partners here. As a company, we have 3-in-1 platform that deals with education for digital skills for people with disabilities and employment. As well, from last year, we started creating accessibility plans for companies, corporates in different sectors, and a disability management plan, which is a combining services for accessibility from employment to giving idea of marketing strategies and new services for, from the companies to the clients.
Excellent. I forgot to, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Jakob Rosin. I come from Estonia. I'm a co-founder of Sparrow Access, or Ligipääsuke as we call it in Estonia. We are a all-in-one accessibility consultancy. We provide consultations, auditing and training in digital accessibility and physical accessibility. Across multiple disabilities currently in Estonia, but we obviously wouldn't say no to people from outside. Yeah, so one of the things I thought, or why we are here, I guess, is the actual no part, and I threw it in there on purpose because we often hear no from a client when it comes to accessibility because they don't understand why do they need this. Do you agree?
I do agree.
Yeah, that's great.
We can share common no's. It's like, no, we don't have a budget. No, we don't have a marketing budget for that, or CSR, or whatever. It's no. But we had a lot of that the past years, and then we decided to change the approach.
Okay.
Instead of telling about why accessibility is important, we introduce the benefits for the companies, what they will get when they will become accessible. So many times for the accessibility experts that comes from NGO and the business sector, I always say we need to deal with the numbers and to show to the business sector the numbers, not only the talk.
Yeah, very much agreed. It's for everybody about the return of your investments in accessibility. It's the very critical part. How do you feel as an accessibility expert, though? Because what I feel is that although when you are a business owner and you work with accessibility, obviously business isn't too much about emotions. But at the same time, I feel that accessibility experts, and for those who cannot see, I am totally blind, so I also end up being the one of the users of those accessibility features we're creating. I cannot help that put some emotion into my work, and if we get a backlash in terms of, no, we don't want to do accessibility, or we found an automation platform to make our websites accessible, which is less than ideal solution today. You cannot help that, feel a kind of slap in some sense. How do you relate with that?
The thing is, when you're a business, when you have to decide the things, you must not include the emotions. But once you're dealing with disability and accessibility, you work in that field, you are either all in or you cannot succeed. All of us that we work with that, we work with our soul, with hearts, and with numbers to come to the success. It is not easy, it's not one way and straight path, Many times we have to face that no, but we have to rethink the approach that we have taken to achieve our goals, and then to prepare ourselves for a better approach. So the first client is the most difficult. Afterwards, everything comes easy because as a business, you provide solutions, you create sustainability, but you need to think and to know that you have to invest everything that you earn in your first client. So when you invest that first thing, then the second it's easier to get. Then everything multiplies.
So you very briefly touched on this, but how do you turn the no into yes within your company? Do you have any good examples on that?
I do have. I have no ego when I work. I learn from the lessons, and I reconsider the approach. For example, last year we made agreement with one bank. I'm gonna explain the process how we came that, but many times when we deal with the accessibility, and people think you're coming from the NGO sector, but because mainly NGO is dealing with accessibility and people with disabilities. But when we say our approach, they see that is something different. So I stopped going on summits and conference with the governance and for taking pictures on some project. I started going on summits and conference where the business sector is, to present our work and to present the solution and to provide the benefits for the companies. So that's how we come closer to our client. For example, I'm going to say now about the agreement that we did with the bank. We provide the numbers. For example, in Macedonia, there are 94,000 people with disabilities, and I divided that with the official numbers, women and men. And when I said that government, every first in the month is sending that much money to the people, the bank was, oh my God, where are the people? So you close the door to these people. You don't want them. So let's make accessible your branches. So these people who are taking government social services can come to your bank and open an account. And then we started with one branch only. And then, as I said, everything that we earned, we invested into creating a smart marketing. So we made the branch completely accessible, from automatic doors, cash points, train staff, white doors for entrance, documents with brailles. And then we created a campaign, but providing what the bank is providing to the people, not only for the disabled, because we think that is discriminating. So when we gave them idea of which new services they can implement. For example, they give loans for women entrepreneurs. So they started giving loans for disabled entrepreneurs. So, and loans as well for people with disabilities. So in 1 week, they closed 1,000 loans taken from people with disabilities. And when they saw the number, how it increased, they said, okay, each new branch we're gonna make accessible now. So we have to understand that accessibility is a step-by-step process, but we need to act smart.
I think the acting smart part is a very critical process, especially when you run accessibility consulting as a business, because time ends up being money in this case, and you want to be efficient, you want to be very beneficial for your clients as well. I can very much relate to this with our clients. We've worked with in Estonia with a few a telecom operators. We worked with auditing their website to make this compliant, and after that they ended up receiving hundreds of requests from screen reader users, from keyboard-only users who wanted to be their clients, but they had asked us to just audit their online store. So now people saw, oh, this company takes accessibility seriously, and now we want to, we want to get those people on board. So can you also help us fix our self-service portals and then all the rest? So I think it's the matter of when this no comes, you try to open the door a little bit and show them what's behind. That there's actually markets, there's actually people, and when the people come flood in, there is no end in terms of accessibility. But I very much agree with you. It's a step-by-step process, but you need to clearly move forward. I think that's what is a very, very distinguishing part in terms of accessibility business.
Yeah, we have to agree that it's not solution and result overnight.
No.
In a long run, in a long time, there is an untapped market. Once you discover and once you start working, each year there is a more and more job for everyone. So the best way is all the accessibility, the burnout, those one not burn, the enthusiastic, those one on vacation, from NGO, from business sector, to unite and work together. Because on the end, we have the same goal, to create accessible places, spaces, schools, universities, and everything. But it cannot be done overnight.
Definitely cannot. And I think one really important point with this part is also what I very often see is I've encountered people who they want to do good in terms of accessibility, but they unknowingly give out a false advice, and they actually are creating more issues with that. And this is a very big part in terms of. I don't want to say that everybody who wants to work with accessibility needs to be a 100% expert from day one, but I think it's important to keep in mind for everybody that. If you give out solutions, they need to work as well.
Well, I know what you mean now. Now with this, let's clarify. There are two types of accessibility experts. One that comes from the NGO sector, and the others who are coming from the business sector. The first one are providing really good, they're explaining the problem and the need of accessible places. But the second one, the accessibility experts that comes from the business sector are providing solutions. So that's why I'm saying, if we unite and work together, the results will come much faster. Otherwise, if we deal separate, it's going to be slower, everything.
So your collaboration is an important key here. So when we talk about, because our topic is related to burnout in the accessibility sector and putting a lot of emotions into that, what makes you tick? What makes you kind of wake up in the morning and still go and do this? Because when you look at some of the reactions of companies on accessibility, some companies want to just do and tick the boxes for legal reasons, or they want to avoid doing any change, of all costs. So what actually in the accessibility field motivates you?
The thing that I'm doing the things differently. I'm the change maker. So when you receive the no, you don't feel well that day. But by the night, you find some creative solution on the approach for the next day or for the next company. But when you wake up next morning, you just think that you can be a change maker and you can do positive things that people will see and duplicate and replicate the things afterwards.
I very much agree. I personally feel the same way. If they say no, they are actually saying no to themselves. They are actually closing the door for themselves. And this is what I try to tell to myself. I have tried to do my best to explain the benefits of accessible design. If you still say no, well, you hopefully one day realize what you did, and then you come back, and we are still here, and welcome for that. Elisabeth, our time is over, sadly. We like
we
to
are in red
continue.
now.
But I hope you guys who are listening here or online took some points with you. Go and make those changes. Go work together. Don't take no as an answer and continue to explaining. I'm not sure if this exists in English, but in Estonia we say that if you drip water on a rock often enough, there eventually will be a hole. So I think this is something a little bit which we would do with accessibility. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the conference.